Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome.
Hey.
We back in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the blunts in the basement. You know what I'm saying? My name Gang War 215.
Big dog, 6-pack of Miller.
Today, we bringing in a very special guest. You know what I mean? Another person is, close to home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good folk.
Yes, sir.
Man.
My man Boog. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Boog was
Boog 6100, baby.
6100. Yeah. Yes, sir. So, you know what I mean? Before we get into the whole, breaking down Boog and everything like that, I know we gotta, touch on this situation here with our good old friend Benjamin. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think we should put Boog in the middle.
I was about to say,
Boog in the middle.
I want him to see this though.
I got it. Yeah. He definitely.
I know y'all got checkmated
we got
last
an
night.
anti.
You know what I'm saying?
You go, now you gotta get in the middle. You go ahead and get in the middle.
Anti-Sixer in the building.
Gotta do a quick six.
Especially after they did what they did to us last night. But I get it. Yeah, I mean,
they walked us down. They walked us
This is
down.
the only Philadelphia team I like, by the way.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
hey,
That's the
crazy.
only
I
Philadelphia team I
can
like.
go with that. With you.
I'm,
I like
I'm damn near
I
Philly
like
right now. I'm like a Polo
Sixers,
Philly.
man. I like the Sixers though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you like Brooklyn. I mean, it's a good time to like Brooklyn.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
is arguably like the best team the Nets ever had.
Shit,
True.
this is the best time to like Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I had a
I'm saying.
whole lot of dark days.
Yeah.
Ask my homies.
But the Nets did go to one though, didn't they?
We went to
They-
two
they-
of them. We went to
they
two
went the
back
one
to
with
back.
Kerry Kittles and all
Yeah, we
them,
went
right?
to two back to
Yeah.
back. Lost to the
Chauncey
Spurs and the Lakers.
Yeah.
So they did a little something.
Yeah, but honestly, I wasn't even a Nets fan, and Vince made me a Nets fan.
Okay.
I was a Vince Carter fan.
That was enough too. Him and the ball Jefferson, they was jumping on everything.
When he got to the fucking Nets, I think I was in the 8th grade, and I was like, I can't switch teams no more. That's a bandwagon. So I just rock with the Nets from that on.
So let me ask you this: are you like? Because there's two different types of fans. When you got a team from your city and that person is repping a team from outside of their city, it's two types of fans. You got the fan that got another team that they rock with all their life, but they fuck with their home team.
No,
Or they got Jones where they just hate their fucking home team and they're going with the house.
I mean, I hate every team that we play in the week we playing. I mean, I hate the Sixers because they the Nets. They like me in the same division. But like other than that, like I don't hate the Eagles. I don't like them because they be winning more than my team do, and I always got to hear my homies talking shit about it.
Right.
But,
Man, it's a fair mistake to pick the wrong green.
you
know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I definitely picked
Right.
the wrong green. That
If you
a
was
sad
born in
mistake.
1960 something, you might have had one. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, man, that shit depressing.
But it's all good.
And I'm a diehard, so I'll be sick every sports season.
I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. Y'all got Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And he's already the best player y'all ever had in your organization.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got Harden,
Top
who
five player
was
Harden might be
easily the second best player y'all ever
Harden
had. in
might
your
be the
organization.
best player ever played.
And Kyrie Irving is hands down the third best player. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy part is he my favorite out the bunch because he the killer for real.
Yeah, Kyrie is definitely the X factor.
I'm going to definitely get busy.
But one thing I will say from watching y'all play, and I'm not a Nets hater. I mean, I'm a Sixers fan, but I don't hate no basketball team. It ain't, you know what I mean? Boston is really I don't like Boston.
I hate y'all motherfuckers.
I don't like Boston.
I hate Boston too. I hated Boston since they got over us on that fucking Paul Pierce and KG trade. Oh my god. KG came to us average like 8 points there.
They got us. They somehow they finagled us to make a dumbass decision and not get Jason Tatum.
No,
we were supposed to have Jason. We gave up Jason Tatum to get folks ahead of Tatum.
What y'all do with Horford though? They banged everybody in the division.
That was a bad pickup. Horford and Embiid don't mesh well. They more so.
Horford done though. I feel like he was in his mid-30s.
Watch him go back to Boston and beat just like he was before he left.
Horford about to average like 10 points and 6 rebounds.
That's all he need from him. He can get more than 6 rebounds.
Nah. Horford ain't never been a rebounder.
Huh?
He gonna get more than 6 rebounds.
Always been a bruiser.
8 rebounds tops. He probably averaged 8.9 over his career.
That's good.
That's what I'm saying. But he gonna go. He like a 6 rebound type of guy right now.
What you got to understand about Horford is Horford is arguably the smartest player on that whole
Absolutely.
team.
No.
So he gonna put people in positions for them to look better because he ain't gotta look
he
good.
Jokic like he's a point guard at the center position. Like he can set up the floor, all that shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
But he gonna make Robert Williams and Jason Tatum and all them look good because he gonna put them in positions where they can do all the work. You know what I'm saying? And he just gonna be the one that's making it happen.
At the end of the day, fuck the Celtics, man. Top fifth.
Hey, man.
Only green I like is the Jazz.
Yeah. I feel you. All right. So, but what do you think about the Ben Simmons situation? I want to hear your spin on it. We've been talking about it for weeks, months.
Shit, he ain't live up to it. I mean, it ain't no other way to cut it. Like I believe he a great talent, top 25 talent in the league, but he don't play to it.
So if you weighing talent and bitch ass nigginess, what's tipping the scales with Ben Simmons?
Bitch ass nigga. But I mean, most of the time when that tip the scales, that lead to somebody being a bust. So I mean, that might be what we're looking at right now. He the first pick of the draft. Like you can't. He'll get role player.
He's not a bust.
No,
he's not a bust.
Listen.
He could be a bust.
Hold on. Time out.
He can't be an all-star.
Hold on. Time out. Just hear me out. If you're the first pick of the draft and you don't have to Draymond Green, that's not a bust.
He better.
If you drafted as the first pick of the draft, you drafted to be the franchise player.
My expectations have dropped. Have dropped significantly, but he's not a bust.
He's not a bust in a regard. He's not in a bust in regard like he a Anthony Bennett where he out the league, but he a bust until he ain't meet his expectations.
Okay. I agree with that, but he's still his expectations are still.
I feel like when Ben was coming out, they were saying he was gonna be the next Bron.
And they still saying that.
I don't hear that no more.
I don't hear it no more.
I'm
glad I don't hear it no more.
He lazy.
He
lazy.
He is.
And the crazy part is he tricked y'all every year. He put out a 2 minute hype tape of him shooting threes all off season.
And he go back
and then go back
to
shooting.
Don't do nothing.
He run to the basket and fucking pass the ball. Like, man.
I made a joke on the Joan last night. I don't know if I think y'all we was all in there together.
Ben Simmons could be Giannis.
But I said that Ben Simmons, the way that he was,
he could be Giannis. He just don't got the mentality.
That's the difference. That's the difference right there.
That's why he can't be Giannis.
And truth be told,
two different worlds.
And truth be told,
that's what it is.
Giannis come from poverty. Giannis come from 12 siblings.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them motherfuckers.
His floor, and Ben Simmons' floor was higher than Giannis. Giannis started worse off than Ben Simmons. Yeah, but you know what Giannis do? Every year somebody say something bad about that nigga, he work on whatever the fuck they talking about. If they say Giannis can't play point guard, that nigga play point guard for the whole season. He did that shit with Jason Kidd. Said he couldn't shoot, the nigga work on his jump shot.
That's because he want to be great.
He want to be great.
You know what I'm saying? You got people that
it all starts there.
Ben Simmons is content with being good.
I think Ben Simmons is like, I'm rich. I did it. He already made it.
He's an all-star.
If he cared about his legacy, he wouldn't have did none of this dumb shit.
I mean, truth be told, though, if we being 100% honest, as a defensive player in that regards, he's a fucking stud. He's an elite player.
Right.
He's an elite player. If he was playing in the 90s, he'd be a Hall of Fame. He'd be Hall of Fame right now. We'd be talking about him as a Hall of Fame candidate.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. One of the things that make him an elite player on defense, other than him being 6'10" and super athletic, is the fact that he's playing point guard. So hold up, because the question mark when he first came in, and you didn't know me then, but when he first got drafted to us, I said the only way it's going to work is if he plays point. He's not good enough a defender to play power forward. I think if he went up against on a consistent basis, he's not a small forward because he don't score.
No. But what I'm saying is he typically takes that matchup though. Like he sticks KD when they play them. And that's all I'm saying.
He takes the best offensive player.
And that's what I'm saying. He has to play point guard because of the way he plays offense. Mm-hmm. But defensively, he sticks the best player every night. He's a stud. He's in the Ron Artest type of range when you talk about defenders. Like he's a lockdown defender.
Absolutely. But I'm gonna take you back to the series with Atlanta. Go ahead. All right. He played against Atlanta. He was sticking Trae Young. For the majority of, because after Trae Young came out and sparked everybody else to fuck up, I remember specifically in like game 5 or 6, Ben was like, all right, I got him. You know what I mean? He was having some words with Doc, like he was like, I want him. And Trae Young was cooking his ass. And the thing is it was because of effort. It's effort.
No, I mean
It's
that's true too. But
Trae Young is fearless.
Trae
ain't.
Young in that Curry regard, man, he's a shot maker. Like, yeah, you can't
He's
stop
fearless.
that type of dudes. Like, you can't. Dame Lillard, like, I don't give a fuck what you do. You
But
can send a fucking army at them niggas. Them niggas is not stopping. They gonna get their 20 points.
I just look at it like this.
And what I say is this: you can say Trae Young went off on Ben, but what was his efficiency when he played Ben? Because that's what I judge it off of. Because everybody get points now. It's a different league. Like,
well, I mean, not even including the fact that he had an injured fucking shoulder on his fucking shooting shoulder. You know what I mean? Trae Young did.
No, he got injured in the Bucks series.
No, he was injured with us. He was injured in that series. He came out every joint with the wrap on his on his shoulder.
It was sore, but he got injured in the
that was
series.
just that was strictly heart. Trae Young wanting it more than everybody else, and that pull John Collins.
But this is where I say he's a bust in that regard.
I kind of agree with you in that sense. He is not.
When you draft somebody first round, first pick of the draft, your expectations for them are to be the face of your franchise. He's soft. You can't be the face of nobody's franchise and you soft. I don't give a fuck how much defense in the world he played. That nigga soft.
You know who else that just recently
he can't take criticism. He can't do none of that shit.
Who's from out the country? Fucking Andrew Wiggins. Same example. Andrew Wiggins, he was the number one pick.
Yep.
Came in with all this fucking hype about all this shit that he can do, and it's soft. He plays soft. That's why he bouncing from team to team, and he ain't sticking nowhere.
But I think a nigga like Wiggins, his situation a little bit different than a motherfucker like Ben, because Ben been in winning situations where
you talking about with the Sixers?
Yeah, with the Sixers. Wiggins has never been in a winning organization. Every time his first chance to win, remember, he got drafted. He thought he was about to play with Bron. He thought he was about to play with Bron. Bron said, trade that nigga, get rid of him. He went to Minnesota where Kevin Love wanted to leave because it was a bad organization. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think Wiggins the greatest player, but he still gave you 19 points.
Yeah, he
gave you 19 points.
He show you who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Like that nigga ball up.
He
like,
still play pretty good.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of most sports is a roll of the dice of where you go. Like a lot of what niggas become is where they go. Tom Brady wouldn't have became what he became on every team.
I think situations is where you can't judge a man's heart until it's a certain situation where you see it.
They got to be tested.
Exactly.
They got to be tested.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing where Ben Simmons.
That's the problem. He fell on the test.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
In the league, every good player or great player or good team that was trying to be great to get to the next level had to learn how to lose first. They learn how to lose. They learn how to lose first, and then they're gonna learn how to win. Once you learn how to win, then you at the top. And B numbers is trying to take the next steps, but then don't want to take the steps with him. That's all.
And that's because I think that whatever his mental thing is right now is that he's scared of failure. Like I think that's why he don't been a winner. But I think that's why he don't shoot the jump shots and all that is because he's scared that shit won't go in.
No,
he's never been a winner
though, y'all. He's never been a winner.
You can say he never been a winner,
right?
But he's always been a phenom. Like his expectations was always super high. He was always catered to at every level. He never was expected to do nothing more than what Ben Simmons brought to the table. As I stated, his floor was high. Like where he came in at, most motherfuckers couldn't do the full package of what Ben Simmons can do. But it's never expanded. Like that's what we upset about.
See, you know why though? I'm gonna tell you why.
And as a matter of fact, he regressed.
Hold up, bro. I'm gonna tell you why though, bro. Because see, I played ball in my life, right? Mm-hmm. And when you got a big man who can handle the ball and all that stuff, right? The very first thing a coach or somebody say to him is, "Get down on that block." They restrict him. They don't let him do what he would do if he at the courts with us balling or something like that. And he get the ball. And he out there dribbling. You know what I'm saying? And getting to the bucket and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Get down on the block, post moves, grab rebounds. So that's over here in America. You get that. That's they limit to you and put you in those lanes. But in overseas, they'll have a big ball. They'll have a tall ball.
But that's the biggest thing that you're seeing now, though, with the European talent and all that shit. Them motherfuckers is more skilled than American players.
Because they're letting them run free and do what they learned. They learning earlier.
Them motherfuckers got basketball academies. Like,
right. They got them boys going pro at 14, 15 years old.
Luka was pro at 15. I
See?
think he played our US team at like 16.
He'd already won a couple chips.
Shit
Yeah,
crazy,
Before
bro.
he came over here.
You know what I'm
Nigga
saying?
played us
For the
at
development.
16.
But
Played
see,
Team
that's
USA.
good, right? That's good, but then it's bad at the same time because if you have a young player, you how they developing these players now to train like pros. If they do that, after a while, your body can wear the hell out faster.
Absolutely.
I understand you
It's
building it
mild,
up, but you building it up, you can always also going against injury. The more and more you work out, the more and more you first face injury.
And one thing, and another thing is a lot of them motherfuckers, they be at their peak when they get to you. Like because they had so much training and so much refinement on their shit that a college prospect might not have. When they
One thing I did want to mention though, right? And this was the first red flag that went over a lot of people's heads with Ben Simmons. All right. As nice as Ben Simmons is, this nigga didn't even play for the Australian national team. If you imagine if he'd have played for the Australian national team, they might have really been like a threat. You feel me? All right, that one went by. Y'all not focused on that.
My bad. What you say, bro?
my fault.
I said the one thing about Ben, well, he gonna put it on there. That's what he wants you to give it to him for. The one thing that the first red flag with Ben to me that went over a lot of people's heads was the fact that he don't play and he didn't play for the Australian national team. You know what I'm saying? The Australian national team was a pretty good squad. He had a couple NBA players on.
Right.
And if he'd have played on that team, he would have clearly been the best player on the team. It would have gave him a position to be on the stage like no other, representing his country. That nigga didn't even play for his national team. And to me, that was like a red flag when I know that the boy from the Spurs or whatever, I know they wanted him to play.
Ain't working out.
Like we can
Okay.
get on it.
Your sound ain't. You say your sound ain't good.
Yeah, you gotta mechanics it.
I got you.
I done dropped this shit too many times.
I got you.
You can turn it right here.
But yeah. So bottom line is, that nigga need to go to the Wizards and get a heart. He's the lion.
Yo. All right, gang. You see, they coming out in new comics with Superman
Okay. This my type talk. What's going on?
and he's bisexual.
Oh yeah, I did see some fucking nut ass, sucker ass, dumb ass shit about that. You know what I mean? Where it's his son or some shit. It's him and Lois Lane's son, and he a Blade.
So
Yeah,
you put on
you heard
charge.
it right.
I'm gonna put it on live. I'm gonna put it over there. I need to put it on track.
You're gonna let the charge up a little bit.
You heard it right though, Tor.
Yeah, so they are.
They turn the
They
Superman
implement-
into super in between,
That shit crazy,
super
bro.
out the closet.
They trying
They,
to
they
force
forcing
this
it everywhere. Yeah. But you know what though?
That's the sound, man.
I'm glad I'm an adult.
Superman.
No, I'm mad that I am because it for real, it need to be like, to me, something need to be said because
I'm
it's gonna be
glad
a
I'm
generation of kids that's gonna grow up
No,
thinking that Superman that's who Superman
no, I
is,
feel you.
not even knowing the ones
That's
that
why I
came
said.
before
That's
and where
why I
it
feel
comes
like
from.
I'm glad. Like Pack is. Like I'm glad I seen that shit. Like,
Well, how about
I
that?
was
Yeah, I mean, I
supposed
am
to.
too,
Yeah,
but I'm
like,
just like,
so I
damn,
can
like,
tell my young
yeah,
boy like
yeah,
this
yeah.
ain't really what the fuck Superman was. That nigga like Lois Lane. I don't know nothing about none of that other shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
it's like they forced the issue with that shit, bro.
Child, if they decide they want to go out the box, they decide that later in life. You don't teach your child how to be out the box as a child.
Yeah,
You teach them the regular things in life, and as they progress and see what life is, they pick and choose what the fuck they want to do.
yeah.
Like, don't sit here and tell my child like this is normal. It's not
Yeah, it
normal.
ain't normal.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat, go ahead, you do that. But at the same time, it's not normal. It's not. I mean, it's a life choice. It's a life decision. Like, if you feel like you was made to be like that, then that's perfectly fine as well. But like I said, it's a life decision. normalcy is what is supposed to be taught at the early ages. If my child decides he want to do whatever he want to do as he get older, then that's a totally different thing. Like, but that's something that he need to decide on his own.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to be sitting there telling him like, yeah, you need to be over here twerking and you need to be doing this, that, and the third. Like, no, like that's backwards. That's backwards. Why would you teach a child that? Because as a child, when you grow up, you twerk. Hey, yo, that's for girls, son. Don't do that. That's for girls. So this is the things that, as a parent, at any level, any year, any time, age, these are the things that people will twerk you. This is for girls. This is for boys. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're sitting there telling your son, like, at 6 years old, it's okay for you to be my daughter. Like, no, what the fuck is that?
Do you know that as a culture, do you know that they're trying to get rid of men's section and girls section?
They already did it on applications.
They got everything where it's just unisex.
You can put on the application, I don't want to define myself.
They're trying to make everything unisex.
That's incredible.
You can put on the application, I don't want to define myself.
I find it incredible that you can have all the features of a female or all the features of a male, the genitalia and everything, but you don't recognize yourself as male. Like, shit is just crazy, man.
What I say is, as an adult, man, you do whatever you want, man. I don't even try to wrap my head around that shit.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't do it. That's something that you choose in life. I ain't trying to figure out why a crackhead smoke crack. So you understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't hate you. Go ahead, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, I preach normalcy in my household. Like I teach my kids that. And like I said, if we got to talk about something later in life, then that's another discussion. But right now, what they learning is it's a husband and a wife. Like,
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Balance.
Yeah, you came out of your mom. Like at the end of the day, it took me and your mom to make you. So this is normalcy. Like I said, I totally understand if a motherfucker get 18 or even when you get to high school, a motherfucker start to see what they want to do in life. That's perfect. Go ahead, bro. All right, I understand that. But at the same time, as a child, don't force that on my child.
I hope my children, which I teach my children, my daughters know, you know what I'm saying? A man's supposed to be with a woman and you're supposed to reproduce when you find the right man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other way. How you think how I get here, how you get here, how did everybody get here?
You know
what I'm saying?
And I think, on a subliminal level, I think that's what all this promoting this shit is about. It's about minimizing the population. You know what I mean? And if you take the testosterone out of a man, he's less of a threat. You know what I'm saying? You would think. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but to be totally honest,
Hitler, I heard, was a mole on the low. So
no, it wasn't on the low from my understanding.
But he had a wife, so he was playing both sides of the field. But at the end of the day,
he didn't marry that lady. He didn't marry that lady when he was almost dead, man.
Right, but all I'm saying is that whatever that purpose was, whether it was to keep the front going on, I believe that he was the motive. So at the end of the day, you can't underestimate nobody. But I'm just saying that culture can't procreate, then you really have nothing to offer.
Shit, but they making other motherfuckers carry their babies now. So it is what it is. So
my thing is this. So all right, they got rights. We don't even have rights the way they got rights. You can't even say nothing about nothing.
How about that?
You know what I'm saying? You can say anything you want about my people, our race. You know what I'm saying? You say anything you want about us. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know, man. You
gotta take the
car.
There
is no equality nowhere. There is no equality nowhere, man. You know what I mean?
But
oppression will make a wise man mad.
I mean, speaking of that, did y'all see Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
I heard about it.
You gotta see that joint.
You really gotta watch that joint though. Like he telling the God honest truth. Like and it's more so along the lines like I'm saying, like I don't hate y'all, but at the same time, like y'all gotta understand, like bro, this is not regular. Like I don't like if hypothetically, let's just say because he was saying they made it okay for trannies to go into females' bathrooms. He said, but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. if somebody came in the men's bathroom with some titties and a wig on and pulled a dick out, I would feel uncomfortable. like that's real shit.
Right.
Like I'm being totally honest. Like, and I totally feel where you're coming from there. Like, but at the same time, you can't be mad at a motherfucker for saying like this is not regular. Like every book that you read, every Bible that you read, and you could fight and say motherfuckers follow whatever rules they want to follow, but hey, that's a rule motherfuckers want to follow. Like, and from my understanding, it was a severe punishment. Like Sodom and Gomorrah got wiped out. Like it got wiped out. It got wiped out so bad that God said, I won't never do nothing like this to the world again. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, these is things that I just be saying, like, whatever you want to do as you're an adult, by all means, go ahead, live your life. But
gotta leave the kids alone.
Leave the kids
out of it.
Leave the innocent. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey,
all right. So, is we going to officially put Ben Simmons in one of them letter categories?
No, I don't want to go there, man.
What
You know
you
what I'm
mean
saying? You want to put it.
talking about who runs the
My
world.
thing is this: what up, man? What am I? So if you got that,
I don't think he wanted that.
No,
I
you
don't
got
know.
that community. I don't know. Your actions are
Yeah.
effeminate. His actions are effeminate.
No, and that go back to some niggas don't be raised by their daddies. They be raised
His
by
dad
their
was
mom.
home.
His dad was there the whole
His
time.
dad might have
was
been
home.
raised by his mom. He might be a soft
man,
nigga. Like,
listen.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Matter of fact, his dad was a
He
baller.
come from-
He ain't never see his pop.
he came from
Probably see his
generational
pop 2
wealth.
times a year.
This another red flag about Ben Simmons that I noticed from earlier, right? All right.
Light skin.
You notice when Ben Simmons, when
True.
Ben
He's super
Simmons,
light skinned.
I mean,
he's
he's super light skinned. When Joel Embiid do something on the court that's manly, you know what I mean? And he like, he might do whatever. Like he earned that shit. Joel Embiid just did some shit, bust your ass for real and earned that shit. Yo, Ben Simmons would, anytime he would do when he, you know what I mean? He swallow that shit. It like, even when he tried to do some tough shit, I really didn't look at it like, I was like, nah. I just took back. I said the boy was suburban tough.
yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
absolutely. That's
We
what
done
I'm
came to
saying.
the conclusion that he's not even that. He's not even suburban tough.
No, he mega rich tough. Like he was rich where he was from. Like
He like old school Willenboro tough.
No,
This nigga's from Willenboro, more gangster.
no, damn right.
It wasn't back in the day. That's why I said old school.
No,
Willenboro.
yo, you're not from the U.S.
Yeah,
he not.
yeah. Whoever the wizard is, man, maybe he need to go to the Wizards so he can get some
Right,
heart.
he's
'Cause
in
he
the
need to go to see the Wizard.
Shit,
Kyle
Kyle
Kuzma
Kuzma went to the Wizards. He balling right now.
Hey man, yo.
They just beat the Pacers last night, 135 to 134.
You know what? I think Ben Simmons, I think Allen Iverson need to come into the picture real quick.
I don't think nobody gonna help him
I think
like that.
I think
Jimmy
Iverson can
Butler,
help.
Jimmy Butler was that. Like Jimmy Butler was that.
But the difference is,
It's no difference because what you gotta realize is they both street niggas and they both hard,
Right.
like they both hard nosed
Yeah.
motherfuckers and they're not gonna take no bullshit.
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons can't take that.
Right,
And that's the reason why they traded him from fucking Minnesota, because Karl Anthony Towns couldn't take that shit.
right.
So these is things that you gotta realize when you say, like, we can bring AI in here all you want, but if he gonna be like, man, fuck that, I know I'm good, it is what it is, it don't matter.
I mean, AI, I'm definitely not to play. I'm talking about
No,
this as like a mentor
that's what I'm
type
saying,
shit to AI.
If you telling me, first off, the type of nigga that he is, if you telling me you about to force a mentor on this motherfucker, he not paying
But
him
AI is
no
somebody
fucking
that he probably
Man.
looks up to.
Ben
That's
Simmons
the only
look up
reason
to
why I
his
say that.
motherfucking self. That's how Ben Simmons talk. I'm him.
That's gonna be his demise.
Like it is, but I mean it is. It ain't no
Don't
going
work
be.
like
That's his
that.
demise. Like
I
only
mean,
way Ben
but he
Simmons
still can move on. He can learn from this.
But listen, I want
and
y'all
really,
to,
like,
I want y'all to
move
hear
on
me
and
and
be a better-
understand this. If Ben Simmons go to a bullshit team, he's gonna turn into a superstar.
Absolutely.
He's gonna turn into a superstar.
Until
It's gonna
they
unlock
get
everything
to the
that.
playoffs.
No, it's going. Ben Simmons is never going to be the type of motherfucker who can play with another star. Like he is going to be that one man army that when he go to other teams or when somebody else come there, their team get worse. Russell Westbrook. And I'm not saying they got the same personality, but to some regard, like Russell Westbrook, the same dude. Play better by himself. Like when other motherfuckers is around him, they bring him down. Other than KD, because KD was one of a kind. That's top 5. He might be top 5 in some people basketball category. But when Russell Westbrook played with Paul George, first round exits every year. Motherfuckers. As a matter of fact, Paul George might have regressed as a player in a couple years he played with Westbrook. other than defensively.
Yeah, I think with Ben Simmons, dog, he's gonna have to really. He needs some soul searching. It ain't gonna work this way. This way,
Everything is on Embiid's shoulders in Philadelphia.
but it's
not
Ben.
on Ben
He's the
Simmons'
face
shoulders.
of the franchise.
No,
Ben
it's
Simmons
not.
is
He not though. He not.
is.
He don't. I mean, even though you may feel that way,
Yeah.
Embiid is the face of this franchise.
He is.
Embiid, and it's supposed to be twin faces, so he don't feel like he got to do no more than what he doing. He feel like Embiid hold up his end of the bargain, and my end of the bargain is playing defense and playing and passing the ball.
But no, what first round? What's number one pick overall that a team picked up to play defense for their old fucking?
So I'm saying, if he was not,
Nobody.
if he played in the '90s, he'd be a motherfucking legend. He could run with them niggas.
If he'd have played in the '90s, he would still have to get a shot and play with them niggas.
He wouldn't have to
Magic did it
shoot.
in the '80s.
He wouldn't have to shoot.
Magic didn't shoot for 2 years.
He wouldn't have to shoot. Jason Kidd, I seen Jason Kidd average 9 points some years. It was an all-star.
But Jason Kidd would still shoot if he needed to.
No, he in them early years he did
He
not
didn't.
shoot that
He would lay you the
motherfucking
fuck
pump.
up. Because
He was
didn't
not
have to.
shooting.
He was laying you up. And
He ain't start shooting until later in his
He
career.
didn't start shooting until he went to Phoenix.
No, Phoenix was in the beginning. Phoenix
No,
was his first stop.
no,
then he
when
went to
Dallas
Dallas.
was his
No,
first stop.
he got traded.
drafted to Dallas and then went to Phoenix. Trust me.
No, you're right. You're right.
I
He got
know.
traded for Steve Nash. He swapped out, and then he got traded for Marbury.
Yeah, when he went to Phoenix, he started
He's probably
shooting.
just being born then, boy.
He got traded from
Nigga,
Marbury
no.
from Phoenix to New Jersey. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. But he didn't start shooting in Phoenix either because he wasn't shooting in New Jersey
No.
when they went to that first.
When he got to Phoenix, he started shooting. That's because he was with Stoudemire.
No, he wasn't there with Stoudemire. That was Nash too. He played with Dan Marley and them.
Damn.
Yeah, he played in the late '90s with them. Because he was the Nets went to the finals in 2001 and in 2002. He got traded for Stephon Marbury in 2000 season.
He didn't come into the league until
He came in the league in like '96.
Yeah,
96, matter of fact, him
97.
and Grant Hill was co-MVP, co-rookie of the year. Whatever
so
year.
that was 95.
It was co-MVP that year.
Grant Hill was before
Co-rookie of the year. I mean,
AI.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, so look, man. So Boog, man, let's talk about you now, man.
Let's get into this.
You know what I mean? We're talking about
double OG.
basketball, man. Let the people know where you from. You know what I'm saying?
shit, we from the same place,
Yeah,
man.
where you from, man?
From the south side of Market, man.
Mhm,
60% Walton, but we
mhm.
rep that 60th Street
Mhm.
thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
West Southwest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? 60th Street. You know what I mean?
Why y'all be
Walton
calling
Avenue.
that shit Southwest? Southwest started at Baltimore
Listen,
Avenue.
you gotta hear what I said. West,
So about
Southwest. It's two different parts. You know what I mean?
I got a question. My question is, where did you get the name Boog from?
I had that shit since I was a baby. I honestly don't know who gave it to me. Like, I really had that shit since a baby. My mom used to call me that shit. My mom said the only reason she stopped calling me that shit because we was in the market one time and some white lady was like, what you call your son? Why you call him that? What's his name? Like, call him by his name. She said, ever since then I called you your name. Like, I never called you Boog no more. But shit, I had that name since a toddler.
So, all right. You are, let me guess, you are a rapper, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. How long you been rapping?
Shit, I've been rapping since I was like 12.
All right. What's some of your influences?
My biggest influence, to be honest.
took over the you should have said.
That's 80.
Go ahead.
I
You got the mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let y'all know,
Shit.
man. This is my thing, dog. When it comes down to
Shit,
interview with artists,
My biggest influence, like back in the day, I really loved DMX. Like I love like the pain and shit that he put in his fucking music. Like when you heard that shit, like you saw what the fuck he was talking about. Like that shit, like it was visual. And then not only that, like you go outside, you see the same shit where you at. Like you know what I'm saying? So I seen some of my homies who had moms that was on crack and shit like that. So when I heard that shit, even as a kid, that shit kicked to me. That was the first motherfucker that I remember like knowing everything. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I knew all that shit. Like I mean, like my early rap experiences was Nas, like my pop love Nas. He loved my
Yeah.
pop. My pop loved that Philly shit, Schoolie D, all that shit like that. Like Special Ed. Like I fuck with a nigga like Special Ed because he was the pop type nigga back then. Like them niggas, him, Kane, like they was still rappers, but them motherfuckers was like what you would call like the radio niggas back then. Them niggas know how to make them hits. Like so. I mean, I really appreciate music, bro. Like, and to be totally honest, like, rap really wasn't even my thing to be for real. Cause my pop was a hustling ass nigga, to be honest. Like, he used to have me in his MPV van. Like I said, my early experiences with Nas. I Ruled the World. That motherfucker had that shit on a fucking cassette tape. We used to play that shit back to back. We played that shit all day, Illmatic. Like, but my mom raised me. He was always booked, so my mom raised me. I was R&B the fuck out. Like, I tell you, R. Kelly, everything, fucking Drew Hill, like all that shit like that. So like all that shit play off in my music, like you know what I'm saying. So like, but like I said, my main motherfucker that I always go back to is X. Like that motherfucker. Like when I heard that shit, and I still listen to that shit now. I listen. I'm slipping. I'm falling. Like sometimes I feel like that.
That's a good
Like,
song.
like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like that. Like, so shit like that, like, and after he got to the grand championship like that, I ain't talking about that X. Like the first couple albums, X. Like when Rough Riders was really Rough Riders, like fuck with Kiss, all them niggas. Another nigga that I really fuck with is Emilio Sparks. Emilio Sparks, like he do the same thing. When he spit that shit be visual. Talking about motherfuckers, how the old heads might be outside talking to him and shit like that. I'd be like, damn, this nigga talking. Cause I go down to I see the old heads out there drinking their 40s, sitting there talking that same shit. Like this is what I'm saying on Sparks. Like them motherfuckers used to be on that same time. So like motherfuckers who rap like that, that's the motherfuckers that I really looked up to. Another nigga that I look up to that I really like as a rapper, that motherfuckers be giving me shit for, Game. Like I name drop a lot. Like if motherfuckers hear me, I say a motherfucker name in every song. All my songs named after people. But I look at that as paying homage. Like that's and another thing I felt like Game was a versatile ass nigga. Like
his songs are named after other artists.
Yeah, like everything that I do is named after other artists because I feel like a conversation that we was having prior
It's really
to this,
different, isn't it?
A conversation we was having prior to this is like motherfuckers, everything that you do is an ode to whoever you heard prior to you. Like I used to listen to Wu-Tang and shit like that. I got a fucking uncle. This motherfucker used to make sure he used to come see me every now and then. This motherfucker used to always give me Rakim shit, like Rakim everything. Then he used to come back and like, yo, you remember that? Like, and I remember everything. And as a matter of fact, the twins is what really got me rapping. Like my uncles, like Keith and Kev. Keith,
shout out to Keith and Kev.
Keith like motherfucking Tupac, Kev like Biggie. But Kev also like all the shit that was different, Master P, shit like that. So I spent most of my time with my uncles because my mom was always working. Like, and my grandma, she really couldn't keep up with me. So that shit was, I ride with Kev for one day, listen to Master P and them. I ride with Keith one day, listen to them. Keith one day, he just said to me when I was like 12, he like, Boog, you remember every fucking song, word for word. Like, you know every fucking song. You can go from listening to this West Coast shit to listening to this, and you can say every flow that these motherfuckers got. He said, try to write a rap. Motherfucker bought me a notebook. It was like 12 o'clock at night. I'll never forget that shit. I was writing about Bugs Bunny and shit like that. But, like, that was my first jump. Then Ping, Pond's son next door, me and him, he bought us a little recorder. We used to be in the crib. We start our first song we did on the shoulder lean beat, Young Dro shit. It's another nigga I fuck with. Wordplay crazy as a motherfucker. Like I like different niggas. I always fuck with the nigga that be in the camp that niggas don't know about. Like when it be a camp of niggas, I always fuck with the other nigga. Like TDE, perfect example. I like Schoolboy Q. I feel like that nigga a monster. Beast. He's a fucking beast. Like niggas can't, especially when he get on the nigga's song with him, he can get niggas hell.
I like the boy names more than his name's Saha the Prince.
Saha nasty, Saha crazy, Saha got bars. Saha behind a whole lot of Kanye shit. Like he really wrote a whole lot of them Kanye hits, like that a motherfucker is rapping and shit like that. But
I got some sheets over here with you.
No, bro.
They all over there.
Yeah. But yeah, like man, like I said, like I really appreciate music. Like man, one thing I always loved was melodies and shit like that. Like I used to be in talent shows singing like R&B full fledged. I was like I said, I was a heavy R. Kelly boy.
That's another hit maker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, like that's just what really got me on music.
You got a lot of rhythm in your flows.
So
Shit.
what's your latest project that you got that you're working on?
So I used to go by YB, but I'm like on like a rebranding type phase, so I'll just change my name back to what everybody called me for real. But my project called Pain Run Deep, it's done. But one thing with me is nothing ever done. I got a fucking studio in the crib. I record every fucking day. That shit just be like, I got 13 songs on a project. I probably got 200 songs recorded. Like, and like I said, like everything is just like visual for me. Like I gotta be able to see that shit. Like when I be recording songs, if I can't see what I'm talking about when I'm listening to it, man, like, we on to the next song. Like that's really how I do it. That's really how I see it. That's really how I do everything. Like, and I don't know if Pac passed on what I passed on to him, but like if you hear what I'm talking about, like that's really how I get. Like, and the Future Hendrix song, everybody let that song. I fucking hate that fucking song. Cause that's just the bullshit song. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just was on some, just in the crib on some bullshit, like, and on some turned up shit. But like, it was like, man, you gotta put that shit on there. But like, other than that, like, yeah, Pain Run Deep.
My favorite is Medusa.
So where did that title come from?
So originally it was Trust Issues, then it was Thoughts of a Young Nigga, then I was recording a song, and then in the beginning I just was harmonizing, and it just came out. My Pain Run Deep. I was like, damn, that shit real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as I kept recording, I was saying it over song after song, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be the project name. Like, and that's where it came from.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna get an interview back to y'all, man.
Oh man, thank you, man.
No problem. No problem.
The ghost face killer.
Right.
No one
Right.
can get a All right. So Boog, we're gonna get down to the part where it get interesting, where we really can see where you come from for real. So this is the top 5 dead or alive. You know what I mean?
So look, because I like music so much, can I do like a back then and then a now, John?
All right. So this
I
how
feel
we
like it's
broke it up
hard.
last week.
I feel like it's hard to compare the two styles, because at the same time, I feel like some niggas back then were spitters. It's some niggas where I feel like, yo, you got the full package and you a spitter. It's time.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do before 2000 and then after 2000.
All right. So if we going before 2000, I'm going X number 1. I'm going Big number 2. I'm going Styles P number 3.
Okay.
Trying to think. I'm going Nas number 4, and number 5. It's a hard joint, but I'm gonna go AZ.
Oh shit.
I like AZ.
Easy nice.
I like AZ.
It's hard for me to do a top 5 because I be feeling like I always leave a motherfucker out. I go back and come back and be like,
So now this is a couple. You know the after question gonna have to come in. So you putting AZ in ahead of Cool G Rap?
I'm gonna be honest, I ain't listen to a whole lot of Cool G Rap.
Sure.
My uncle just told me that though.
Sure.
My uncle was booked my whole childhood, but that's his favorite rapper.
Cool G
Like,
Rap
he
is
come
the
home,
best.
he came on me like, yo, you don't listen to Cool
Because
G.
you know how AZ tell like stories. AZ tell a lot of
That's what I'm
stories.
saying. Like,
Cool G Rap is the king of good storytelling. Bro. He is probably one of the best storytellers.
when I was a young
Slick
boy,
Rick
I used to
is
love Slick Rick. That's what I was about to say. When I was a young boy, I had the fucking The greatest hits of Slick Rick, man. I knew every fucking song on that joint.
Biggie is a good storyteller.
Biggie's
too.
a great storyteller. Like
The Cool G Rap influenced all of them.
Like when I was a young boy with Slick Rick and Method Man, that's what I used to fuck with, like heavy. Like, but as I got older and really started appreciating music and listening to motherfuckers, that's when that shit started changing up for me. Like,
Okay. All right. So, but no Big Pun or.
I'm gonna be honest, like Pun was a spitter, but he wasn't my favorite rapper. He got songs that I like, but I wouldn't say he top in there. But you know who else I fuck with heavy? I fuck with Mace, Children of the Corn Mace stuff. I fuck with all the mixtapes when he was with Big L. And
That's what I was about to say. What about Big L?
Like Cameron, one of my favorite rappers too. Like I can't like that's why I said like it's hard for me to do this list because when I think of Cam, like wordplay, man, like that motherfucker be swagging that shit. Like don't nobody talk like him, but Mace, when he was Murder Mace, that nigga was different.
Different.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was crazy.
That Money be tempting me to jump out of the MPV and MP3 clips of hollow tips with no sympathy. Since 14, I sold morphine for more cream. Tucked under the nautical coat, under the jawstring. That nigga was talking that shit. Like he was different. And like I mean, and you heard it some in the Bad Boy times, but he turned into like an artist when he was with Bad Boy. But like,
He killed it on the 24 Hours to Live.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like when he had to show that he could rap, he could rap. Like Same Niggas was a crazy joint that he had too.
What about Lil Wayne?
Wayne is so. Listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you.
You put him in your 2000 category, not
I don't put him in that.
before 2000.
I don't put him in that. But can I tell you something? My top 5 and who I feel like the top 5 rappers is two totally different things. Because I feel like all time Wayne is a top 5 rapper, but he's not my favorite rapper.
Okay.
But what I will say is I feel like the Carter 2 might be a top 3 album to me because I can listen to that shit back to forth like a million times over.
Okay. So what you feel about Drake?
My favorite rapper right now.
Yeah. I respect
My favorite rapper right now.
I respect it. What's crazy is a lot of cats from my generation don't really fuck with Drake. But see, what I tend to try to remind them is that Drake is a wave. And Drake, the culture that we know right now as far as music, Drake is responsible for all that shit. And he did it on the whim. He took a chance.
And you know what? The reason why I say Drake is my favorite rapper is totally opposite of what you say. I feel like he embraced everything. Like he catch waves first. Like he'd hear some shit and he'd be like, yo, that's different. He'll do a song with a nigga that you never heard. This might be the swag for his whole next album. But he put this nigga on in the process. Like, and that's why I always fuck with him. Like every time you hear him, he come with a little different vibe. He do with the little Caribbean vibe now. Party Next Door is real, like that's his guy. But as far as like motherfuckers, like I love music so much, bro. If I like something, I'm not saying I'm about to steal your shit, but I'm going to figure out how to make that shit work for me. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never going to take your words and none of that shit like that. But I'd be like, yo, I like how he did that. I'm gonna figure out a way to do that shit my way. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
for me being just having a little bit more culture prior to Drake. Drake was the first boy that took a chance on. He came out with the sing rap thing.
No,
when it really hold up.
Ja Rule.
But Ja Rule was over. Ja Rule was going for a minute by the time Drake came into the game.
But what I'm saying is Ja Rule was the first one, and 50 took it from him.
Let me finish my statement. All right. Drake ain't coming like Ja Rule or 50 or none of them. They on some tough guys singing shit. Like they trying to be on some street.
Absolutely
they singing
right.
Street.
I agree with
Drake came. He was the first boy to come in and be completely vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
As a man in hip hop. And it happened at a time when the whole all the movements and stuff was going, and he was just the most embraceable, the most marketable person.
Man,
and he took that shit and he ran with it. And the reason why I say that he's the wave is because it's a lot of waves that be happening that other people be trying to do, but it's not the wave until Drake endorses.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the first to do it, but he's the first to do it in the way that he did.
When he endorses the wave, that's when it becomes the wave.
So you talking about how he came into the game. I'm saying he's the first to do it with that vulnerable shit. Like he came in like
He
pretty
came
much like
he
as
was
an
he was
R&B
a
singer that
as a
rap.
rapper. Yeah.
Now he's a
Man,
rapper that sings. It's different.
honestly though, like I feel the
But
fact
Ja
that
Rule was
he's
on
a
the same
singer,
time though.
and John, man, TQ came before all of them.
I don't know who that is.
See who?
TQ came before all of them, dog. And TQ did that singing, rapping
Who
shit
TQ?
back in 90, like in 2099. TQ was doing that
Who
singing
the hell
rapping
is
shit
TQ?
out in LA. And when he was doing it, a lot of people was looking down, and I just say that he was before his time because he was doing that singing and rapping shit.
No, I mean, but it's a
before
lot of
all
people.
of that shit.
I mean, well, if we go back
And I'ma keep
to
it
somebody
official.
that we
Like,
know,
it's not even
I
harmonized,
give
though.
TQ
yeah, we
Niggas
go
that
back to
harmonize
somebody
now.
that
No,
we
but I
know.
feel like Harmonizer
Whole
was
Thugs
always
and
in
Harmony
rap.
was the first ones to really
Right.
like do it on a main scale, that singing, rapping type
No, what
thing.
about Biz and them? Like everybody.
You talking about Bismarck?
Yeah,
Bismarck wasn't singing. That nigga was rapping. He just was.
Is
Man.
That was just his
is it on
style.
the floor?
Yeah, you talking about the water or that
No,
shit?
Biz was singing. Biz was
Yeah,
singing.
let me know. It was Spring again, but he was doing it on some comedy shit. Biz wasn't doing it to be real. Biz was doing it to be funny. Yeah, I mean, Biz just knew how to make good music.
But it's still. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, music is music. Motherfuckers always harmonizing and rap. I just feel like Drake took it to the point where we not bringing in no R&B singer no more. I'm gonna sing my own motherfucking hook. Like,
Yeah,
Like-
he took it to the point where it's the norm now.
yeah, like whereas back in the day, even with a motherfucker like Ja Rule, even when he sung the hook, he'd have an R&B motherfucker on the second half of the hook singing right after him.
Yeah.
They might have said the same exact thing as him, but it's just to emphasize what the fuck he just said, like just to let you know I was singing
Ja
that
Rule
shit.
I'm real.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Let me ask you a question. On your project, how come you ain't got nobody featuring or something like that?
So,
You know,
Honestly-
shit out features, man.
bro, and you know what's crazy? I got a million songs with people, but I feel like for that first project, I gotta let people know who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I we can get around to that. And that ain't necessarily to say like if the right feature don't come up, because that's why I said like a project never done until it's done. Like I want to drop that shit in January for real. So like if something come up before then, and I'll be like, yo, this gotta go on there. Then absolutely. Like the only feature I got on there is my young boy, and for real, like I feel like he really on my time. Like we really developed our sound together. Like so. The way it
You
started.
talking about your young boy, your son?
No, my young boy Audie. He on Jeezy with me.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, like and even if you hear like the flow switch be seamless, like I got the way we do it is I rap the first 4 bars of the verse, he catch the middle 6, and then I got the last 4. Like, and then that shit just be like it is what it is. But I feel like to get what I want to get out, I gotta tell it myself. Like, and the motherfuckers that I do be wanting to tell it with me, I can't wait for motherfuckers. Like, I feel like I've spent too much time waiting on people. Like.
Okay.
I was thinking from what I heard from Boog and what I heard from Mike, I think that that would be a nice collab. When the Mike from last week, I told them they pretty much the same hood, a couple blocks from each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, you
Same hood, but I mean,
different sets.
different.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is what we was talking about when we went down to the store, bridging the gap. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like
That's easy though.
it's
But
enough.
also, I feel like
Cause they thorough, both of them.
Yeah,
thorough.
I feel like-
and they got both of them got a story.
Yeah, and I feel
You know
like
what I mean?
I feel like that
So,
also
that's
go
amazing.
within the title of what I'm saying. Like, man, I'm a grown ass man at the end of the day, man. I ain't got no time for the dumb shit. Like, don't get me wrong, we from that. So it don't make it ain't nothing to go back to. But at the same time, I'm grown, bro. I got kids. I wanna be there for my kids. And I'm
Sure.
really a father, bro. Like I'm
Right.
not a nigga who just got kids. I'm a father, bro. Like
Yeah.
anybody that knew me that see Boog, they be like, yo, we never outside without his kids. Like, matter of fact, the call that I just was taking, because my son, like, yo, where the fuck is you at? I can't even talk to you. Like, so, but like for the most part, like when I be talking about that shit, like I don't got no time for the petty shit. I'm moving past that. Even when I talk to my homies, like sometimes it might be some shit that we was going through it with some niggas in previous years. I might have bumped into a nigga outside and be like, damn, what's up, bro? Shit over with, man. I got kids. Like I said, I'm grown, bro. As long as you ain't trying to harm me or harm what I got going on over here, bro, you ain't no problem with me. You ain't no threat to me. So it is what it is. Like, it's a couple niggas that I say, yeah, you know, don't ever speak to me, but at the same time, like, I'm grown, bro. Like, I ain't about to be out here endorsing that shit. Like, that shit is corny, man. For real, niggas out here shooting kids, all types of shit.
Yeah.
If you gonna talk about that shit the right way. Like, motherfuckers out here killing niggas for no motherfucking reason. Like with no, like, motherfuckers don't understand the consequences. None of that shit. Niggas out here telling all types of shit. Like these is all things that I be saying. Like, and I ain't the streetest nigga in the world by no means. Like, for real, I came up on a block. Like, it was a bunch of motherfuckers. Like, I was 1 year younger than all the niggas off my block. But all the niggas off my block was known to get into all the dog shit around the hood. Like, stealing bikes, all that type of shit like that.
Yeah, old heads.
But one thing about them niggas, they ain't never let nobody mess with Boog. Like, so, and that's another reason why, like, if you ever hear me talking about music, even when I go through bullshit with the niggas that I know, man, I still got love for you. Like it just be on the type time. I gotta love you from afar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see you, it's what's up. But after that, we keep it moving. We ain't got to talk. Only time we gotta talk to each other is when we bump into each other. Like, it's niggas that I know from pups that I feel that way about, but I genuinely be wanting to know that they okay and shit like that. But it's just like we can't talk. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Let's get back into your music. Back into you. What's one of your off this new project? What's one of your favorite tracks? What's off your new project?
My favorite track is Mr. T. Hands down. Hands fucking down. It's another joint, like, it's just, for real, like, I mean, like, if you listen to me, I don't do a lot of hooks. It might seem like I got hooks in my music, but I don't. What I really be doing is, like, I switch flows a lot, like, because I don't do a lot of writing either. I ain't saying that I be in the crib freestyle and everything. I'm a punch-in type of motherfucker. So if I hear something right here, I don't never want nothing to sound boring. Okay. You might hear 6 different flows on something because I got right there and was like, yo, man, this shit's starting to sound like it's dragging. Like it's songs that I done sat on for months, like, and I just came back one day and just like, all right, I'm gonna finish this shit today. Like, fuck that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, but for the most part, most of that shit be like me just bouncing in and out of spots. Like, I don't really do no hooks, none of that shit like that. I be going off what I'm feeling at that time. Like, if the feeling is a hook, then I do a hook. But for the most part, the feeling be me venting. Like, and that's another reason why I say my pain run deep. Like, and that shit runs so deep, nigga, I can give you a fucking picture about this shit and you will be vibing with it. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is I'm talking about nothing but the bullshit that's going on outside, but I make it sound like I'm saying art, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that I really be talking about on the project. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I ain't no rapper. I'm a motherfucking artist.
How about that? That's where you win.
All right. So you sent over some music. Let's listen to some music.
Absolutely.
Sunday drama.
What you got?
I think
introduce your first
you're the
song.
one you're gonna actually do last, but which one?
So
lyrics to already.
Pac wanted, so you could play Medusa first. Pac wanted to play this drum.
Medusa.
This another one, like, this all vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really no hook on there. I just be vibing out, talking about what's going on outside. Like,
all right. Hey, y'all. Right here on the National Underground Radio Station, Blunts in the Basement Live. We got Boog.
6100.
This right here is Medusa, y'all. Let's go.
Tell him I've been in my zone lately. Gun to my left, he keep it grown, baby. He owns a play if you taking that shit too crazy. Ain't no money in the world that made me too lazy. Shit, I got 2 babies. And yeah, I grind for 'em. Shit, I give up my time for 'em. All these bricks that I done just to put them smiles on 'em. Shit, I go some miles for 'em. You see Lil' Hunt cooking that shit up like it's stew. But when you drop that shit, I know you got some shit. I feel I'm better than these niggas, don't get respect that I deserve. Instead of giving me the info, they keep giving me words like they know what's best for me. Shit, don't nobody know what's best for me. Shit, I keep gonna tell it up for me. J-boy like he was sniper, that's his specialty. He be my view, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you lately. On my side of town, I swear this shit be getting too late. Niggas shoot with blindfold, how the fuck they shoot, baby? He ain't no shooter, he a loser. Shit, I might send a shooter in a Uber. He said he cool, but shit, I'm cooler. My bitch is solid 10, nigga be wishing they knew her. All them shots turn into bricks from the Medusa. I'm a real nigga, don't know why she deal with this shit. To the final, I ain't got no time for this shit. My pain is running deep, I'm going out my mind, cause this shit, yeah, I can't trust it so. Did a drill for your brother, can't believe it, nigga, your brother told me. Tales from the folks try coping and they overdose. Took a couple shots and my time, she got overclose. Now look, your homie on the stand, he called the Holy Ghost. Mama told him not to trust them niggas, cause they do the most. Shit, we call them niggas turtles, they need shells. On some niggas praying God, ring the bell, cause I be hell for them. That's real shit. That's real shit. Cause the pain ain't no boy. No way.
Saying niggas be out here praying to die.
Boog 6100, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boog 6100. So listen, man. I'm gonna bring you nothing but the raw shit, man. I'm bringing number thorough shit up here, man. This boy right here got it, man.
Yeah, we got it's
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
some talent in the
Got
city,
it, man.
man. And this is one of them. I was talking to Boog a little earlier about, unifying the city. I don't know why, but Philly is one of the most divided cities when it comes to talent. Like everybody got they set, and they don't fuck with these niggas. They don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I mean? And I really feel like if we could put like I know Pac and I, and this is funny. I mean, but in hindsight, we had a conversation like it was somebody that you said that you wanted. If King Lord could have did a song with him or something, that shit would have been dope. You know what I mean? It was elite. I think it was me, not King, not King. Yeah, King Lord. We was talking. You were saying that we had a conversation and we were saying that King Lord and somebody else like Leaf Ward or somebody like that would have sounded dope on the song together. And it's fucked up that what I mean the dumb shit didn't happen. So it's like the bullshit is allowing
one thing I will
dope
say
shit not to happen.
One thing I will say is it ain't gonna be no way to unify this shit without no money. No. Like, and that's the God's honest truth, and that's coming from somebody who want to see this shit unified. Most of this shit come from years old shit. Like, and the different thing about Philly than other cities, we beef by blocks. Like that shit be like most motherfuckers got sections that they beef with. This section of the city don't fuck with this section of the city, and this, that, and the third. No, 60th Street don't fuck with 58th Street. Like, and this is the kind of shit that be going on. So, and this shit go back to when my uncles was kids, and it probably go back to from when they parents was kids. There. Like, so this is what I'm saying. So, and all the young boys is doing is picking up the beat. Niggas might be cool for a couple years in between, but after the smallest occurrence, the shit go back to what it used to be. So
you from over there.
Yeah, like so, and that's what it turned into. Because it always turned into a point where motherfuckers say I got pick sides, especially when you outside the streets. Like, and that's a big thing that I'd be like, once you pass that, you don't feel like you gotta do that shit. But when you outside, yeah, you gotta pick sides. Nigga, it ain't no I'm cool with him and you doing all this bullshit. Because for real, bullets ain't got no names. Yeah. Motherfucker pull up on your man, he pulling up on you too.
True. Yeah. That's always true. And that's what gets you pull right into it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
A couple of them stories.
No, you just make it through it. You know what I'm saying?
Many of them stories.
Yeah, you know what? I still don't understand. Like, I don't know. I was coming up from the same hood. You know what I'm saying? I learned it was divide. It was like a fucking rectangle. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You knew where to go and where not to go to. And then once I got old enough, I said, "Fuck that! I'm going over there." And you know what I mean? Because you run into the niggas in school. You know what I'm saying? Coming back and forth, scepter, all that shit. So you going to run into the niggas. You going to run into them.
It's always niggas who got certain vibes though. like it's always gonna be a nigga from like a nigga that a hood that's Warren and hang with a nigga that from another hood that's Warren. It just work out that way. They might link up doing some basketball,
Chicks.
whatever the fuck it might be. Like
And
always
clout
a chick.
chasing ain't no new shit. So, you know what I mean? It's always somebody that's clout chasing in them crowds that's looking to do something to make a name for themselves for some old dumb shit. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, you know, I say stand tall, man. That's all. That's all. I was always that boy. Like, Pac could tell you, like, I would run into him. Like, we met each other when I was 9. We met in the 4th. I met him in the 4th grade.
oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And we literally was friends from 4th grade to 7th grade. Got, you know, I went to a different school, whatever. So right after high school, we ran into each other. And I'm in his neighborhood. But when I ran into him, you know how 60th Street is. They was literally every bit of, it wasn't no less than 18 of them.
He was deep as shit out there.
It wasn't no less than 18 of
super
them, right?
deep,
I'm
wow.
coming from a chick crib,
Absolutely.
right? A chick that is from that neighborhood who is highly respected, and her brother is highly respected. So, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna put a name out there, but if the niggas knew where I was coming from, it might have been a couple haters. But anyway, long story short, the first person I see in the front of the pack is him. Now, one thing about me, I don't believe in running. I'm not none of that shit.
That's
If it's
me.
on, it's on. We gonna do it.
That's me.
Why run and you catch me and now I'm tired from running and you beat my ass? We might as well go right the fuck at it right here. You know what I mean? And if that's what happened, then at least I'm gonna have all of my strength.
Listen, I ain't never been no troublemaker, but bro, I will fight you to the death, bro. I'm not.
But just imagine coming out the crib. Just imagine coming out the crib. You're not in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the first thing you see is a pack of like 18 niggas coming towards you. So I'm like, all right, I see what's going on. So the first thing you do is you had a little bitch start. So I can turn around and walk the other way. And you know what I mean? You know, whatever. But then you sit back and be like, man, fuck all that. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't do nothing to nobody.
Yeah,
whatever.
nah, everything be based
So
off
I start
your vibe,
marching.
like,
When I see him, dog, that shit was like, yo, what the fuck,
60th
bro?
Street
Like,
shit,
of
you know what
all
I'm saying?
fucking
Like-
times. But what's crazy is this was my nigga. Like, I'm talking sleepovers, all that
That's
shit
what I'm
prior
saying,
to that.
like,
And we just lost contact.
but
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying is this: if you would have came out 60th Street and he would have acted any other way, that wouldn't have been thorough on his part.
No, but I knew he
You know what I'm saying?
wouldn't.
That's bullshit.
Once I saw that it was him,
I'm saying,
all of the worry
Yeah,
and
like-
stress went out my face. I was like, oh, that's my fucking
absolutely,
man.
like, No,
And I'm sure if he was
No,
looking
I'm
at
out
me
there,
trying
bro.
to figure out who I was, he saw it on my face like,
Bro,
oh shit.
teen highs. This is when Haas was walking and all. You know what I'm saying?
That's
This
what
was
I'm
back
saying.
in the day.
Shit, you had what's the name with you too?
right at the line
Val.
that's going that you was
Vine.
over there
Well,
with.
Vine,
Vine.
definitely Vine was with me. And shout out to Vine 58th Street. That's my man's.
Because I always looked at you and Vine like y'all was
Going that
like
y'all was out there with.
he was like the dark skinned version of you.
That's my man. I love that boy, man. My
You know
man.
what I mean? Always fuck with Vine.
Yeah, no, but I was like the hood young boy. I always was a watcher. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no witness. I'm a watcher. Though. Like, I always watch shit. Like, my uncle
That's how you learn.
at my crib was the hot spot. All always used to come convene at my crib. Like, my uncle Keith did the sisters. My uncle Kev cut hair. So that shit used to be a non-stop shop.
Yes,
like,
sir.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, sir.
all I used to do is sit out there and listen to them talk shit, talk the bad shit, talk the good shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it make you, like I said, like, I'm a people analyzer. Like, and I also feel like, bro, one thing that I do know is from watching people and understanding people, I really come from a family. Like outside of my dad being locked up and shit like that, like I really got a family. Like my
Came
grandmoms was,
yeah.
my grandmoms was around, my uncles was around. Call any one of them motherfuckers. Like there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't got that. So
Yeah.
like for me to expect a motherfucker to uphold and think of things the way that I think of things, sometimes that's unfair, bro. But at that same token, bro, you gotta know like what's up, like bro, like man, fuck that shit. Talk about that shit like a motherfucker.
Dog. Like, you know, I got the one bad eye. That motherfucker doing a whole bunch of shit right now. That shit waving at the L. I passed the L. A bad eye waving at that motherfucker, like jumping up and down, like, oh, hey, that shit fucked up over here.
Oh, man. Diamond
That
Tech
shit's
is something
yeah.
else, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like, but from doing that, man, you sit around, but
That was a whole different experience.
you know how, like when you a young boy praise the wildest niggas, But one thing for sure, two things for certain. This nigga over here dying.
Yeah.
When the wildest nigga walk on, all the thug niggas
man.
always got something to say about him.
Right.
So, like, as a young boy, I always listen to that shit. Like, man, this nigga a dickhead. Like, he out here doing all this dumb shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, the nigga that some young boys was like, oh, man, this nigga turned standing third. Oh, he really a dickhead. Like, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And them niggas don't last for real, for real. Like, to be totally honest, they don't last.
But the people that don't have an identity, the people that don't have their own self-confidence, they idolize that type shit. They look up to that, like, you know what I mean? That's how I gotta be, get niggas to respect me. But on some real shit, niggas worthy of respect other niggas is worthy of respect.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
I ain't never came,
respect is a process.
I ain't never
you know what I'm
came
saying?
off as no nigga that's out here trying to whoop nobody ass and do nothing wrong to nobody. But that's why everybody fuck with me. And I ain't to say everybody fuck with me, because I know some niggas that hate me and vice versa. Like,
Philly thing.
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, like, for the most part, I can walk anywhere with my head high. Yo, what's up, bro? Like, and motherfuckers say it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really be feeling no type way about shit like that. Like as far as all the unity and shit like that, I be all for all that shit. But at the same time, I know it's deeper than that. Like, so if you ain't got no money to help fund this process or make a motherfucker think like this might be for the best for my family, then the nigga not gonna do it. Because they gonna do what's best for their homies until they can do something that's best for their family. Like, that's really how that shit work. Like, while you outside, you doing what's best for your squad. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But it's definitely like, and I'm glad that I'm not obligated to have to pick no side, because I like different artists from each set. For me, it's like a big smorgasbord of a whole bunch of hate, but I love it because, you know what I mean? Like to me, I fuck with King Lord. You know what I mean? I fuck with the whole D4M squad. I fuck with them, Sim Santana. I fuck with them. My young boy, Sierra Savage, who they don't, you know what I mean? They beefing. I fuck, that's like my folks. I fuck with all that shit.
Oh, yeah,
so it's like, to me, it would just make more sense when you look at Atlanta. You know what I mean? Them niggas from Atlanta, they doing songs with each other, and that's helping each other blow more so that they can help us. You know what I mean?
One thing about Atlanta is you gotta remember that shit started at the grassroots. Even the motherfuckers back in the day was doing that shit.
Right.
They was working with motherfuckers that wasn't working with nobody. So like as Philly, we ain't never been them type of motherfuckers.
Right.
When a nigga from Philly get big and drop an album, they go get features that's the other niggas that's big. Like, it ain't no nigga that you ain't never heard of.
All I'm saying is, what has that done for Philly? So it's time to change the narrative.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? The only people that successfully did that was State Property.
No,
they went and started rounding up different Philly talent and was putting them on. That's the only situation. And the Roots.
One thing we gotta realize is
couple subgroups that
people not obligated to it though. So like that's one thing that we gotta realize. Like, some people don't feel like what's beneficial for the city is beneficial for them. So like, and that's one thing that's another thing you gotta like take into account. Like, you can't hold nobody in the account because they don't want to be a politician. Like, some motherfuckers just come in for them. Like,
I don't think there's an artist who can unite the city.
Huh?
I don't think there's an artist that can unite the city.
I don't think it's an artist right now that can unite the city because everybody
on though. But that's what he's talking about the bread. You know what I'm saying?
It take money, but I'm like, I don't know if y'all peep. Like, Meek was going at it with what's his name?
Pound Side.
But during him going at it with Pound Side, Meek tried to double back and try to start posting Gigi because he beefing with Pound Side. And Gigi was on a type time, fuck out of here. Like, don't do that shit now. But he also was on a type time, like, Meek tried to post, I'm just trying to unite the city, this, that, and the third. He like, bro, if you ain't got no money on the table, how the fuck you trying to tell me to stop doing what I'm doing? Like, that's real shit. Like, I can't tell you to stop your process if this was bringing something home for you, bro.
But at the same time, though, I understand where Meek coming from because they do come together. Anybody that comes through the city and want to get money and do a show or something like that, got to check in with them. You know what I'm saying? But
I know,
it make
I
it
understand
so
where
much
he's coming from, but he not the face to do it.
the tour and all that stuff.
He
They
is
have to
not
roll
the face
together.
of
The
the
sets
tour.
roll with each other.
I think stirring
They
that
make-
energy
it
will
so
help
much better.
create more.
It take a certain kind of nigga to do it, and not only that, he a rash nigga. Like he one moment he this way, and then the next moment he this way. Like, and that's not to say nothing against him.
I agree with you that Meek might not be the person,
And,
but I'm
and that's
saying
not to
is-
say nothing against him
concept.
because my biggest thing is, and it's always been like, that's not his responsibility. If he chooses to do it, then he do it.
But at least the man attempted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
I will say I will give him. I will always give him that. At least the man
yeah,
attempted.
but what they trying to say is when his attempt was like it wasn't
just like-
sincere.
It was just like the $20 to the young boys.
It was
These niggas is broke though.
no, but
So
what
if
I'm
it's
saying is,
20,000, 10,000, whatever it may be, he trying to get your foot in the door. That's all he trying to do is get your foot in the fucking door.
no, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
You
I
wouldn't
ain't-
take it.
I ain't
Meek
gonna lie
got
to you.
power, but
I'm not taking 10 grand to sign to nobody.
no,
It was like 20 grand or 25
I'm
grand.
not, I'm
like
gonna
that.
keep it real with you. I'm not taking 20 grand to
No.
sign to nobody.
no.
I'm worth more.
We would
I'm
at least
worth.
start
I'm
at
worth more than
100
that,
grand
and not only that,
and
and not
work up.
no, it
Depends on
ain't.
the situation.
And truth be told, it ain't gotta be that much. But it can't be no motherfucking $20,000 because you can go through $20,000 in a bus. Because guess what? Listen, I'm just going to name everything that you gotta go through to do a project.
I know. I'm
Studio.
getting the kitchen together. Send racks go just like that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and just making a project, studio time, videos, wardrobe, floor videos, whatever the fuck kind of promotion you doing. If you paying for your beats, then if you paying for any type of promotion for the motherfucking album or the singles that you doing, cover art. Then you got motherfucking putting it on every platform. These is all the things that go into a project. So you might run through 20,000 in 2 weeks for real. Especially once you sign a motherfucking niggas start charging you a label budget. They're not charging you the same price they was charging you a week ago. Once they find out you signed at X Records, that shit went from 300 to a stack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? So everything changes. Like,
And it's 20 grand it's a 20 grand investment that you're doing with your fingers crossed.
and another thing,
because if you're not proven, and normally when that's the only way you get 10, 20 grand.
and another thing I base shit off like that, it depends on how the artist move. Meek is too active of an artist. Like, and what I mean by too active of an artist is active artist, but certain motherfuckers might drop every 2 or 3 years. You got time to focus on something else. Like, even if you working on music that whole time, you got time to focus on something else. If a motherfucker drop it every year, then gotta go on tour after that, where do they got time to fit you in? Like, where?
Okay.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
Lee Mason was signing,
like-
but I think she dope.
Like, and this is what I'm saying. And sometimes motherfuckers be spiting the motherfucker, but it really be bad business on their part. Like, these are things that you don't take into account. Like, sometimes it just be like, man, Meek trying to sign me. So, you know what I'm saying? It's that and the third. And in all actuality, Meek might got good intentions with what he doing.
Yeah.
But it just don't work out the way that you want it to work out. Because like I said, this motherfucker's an active artist. He dropped every year. And not only that, he's a top artist. Like, he's a top tier artist when it comes to like sales and shit like that. So it's something that's expected of him to be out like that. Like, you might got a motherfucker who at the end of the day,
He just love it.
like,
He
yeah,
loved the music. He loved making music.
like perfect example, when Jeezy had CTE. In the beginning, CTE wasn't shit, but at the end, they had motherfuckers like YG, and then they had Freddie Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Gibbs will tell you all day, fuck Jeezy, but Jeezy made Freddie Gibbs bigger than what the fuck he was.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
like he will say that he didn't.
Yeah.
YG turned into a star from that shit.
Yeah.
And what YG said is, I will never hate that nigga because what I did was I took what he gave me and I just used that as the platform of what I already got. Like, that shit just boosted what I had. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I got Jeezy co-sign. Fuck that. I'm not with you. Because this is what Freddie Gibbs was doing. Freddie Gibbs was making shit and waiting for Jeezy all the time. YG said, fuck that. Nigga, I've been dropping. I'm going to keep dropping. If I can't drop no albums, I'm going to drop 6 mixtapes until we get there. And that's how that shit worked out. Like,
Yo, what was the name of that group that Jeezy was in before he went solo?
Boys in the Hood.
That was the name of them, Boys
Yeah.
in the Hood. Whatever happened to the rest of them boys?
It wasn't really a group. Jeezy actually took somebody's spot in that group. Diddy put them niggas together.
Yeah, they were signed to
some boys. All right,
they were signed to Bad Boy South.
I don't know, but like Jeezy ain't never stick with none of them niggas. So once Jeezy branched off, I think motherfuckers just stopped keeping up with them niggas. Jeezy was always the star of the group.
There was one boy, I can't remember his name, man. Damn. I see his face. You know what's
All
name.
right.
What you
So-
got?
Nah, I just wanted to see. I wanted to get back in because time is getting close. What y'all smoking on this week, man? You know, this is called
Yeah.
Blunts in the Basement.
It is. All right. So what I had, the first joint I had was something called Bubba Runts. You know what I mean? But the other joint I had, the Sunday Driver, is a little more potent than that.
You know, Sunday Drive was okay.
That's all right.
It was a little bit more.
That was the joint that we just had.
Yeah.
That's
So,
all right.
This is diamond cut I got.
that shit right there, and you see, he ain't passed it to me since. I got my lungs ready. I was back, but you know, that's all it is. He friends.
And okay, so are we gonna rate them or we just announcing this?
Man.
We can rate if you want. We can rate this Sunday Driver and this Diamond Cut.
Yo, it's a win.
Well, yeah, he won. He won.
So it's not even really a battle.
I mean, the Sunday Driver is legit though, but it ain't on this level.
It's not even really a battle.
Once again, he went and saw the doctor. Motherfuckers, stay coming in here. With
Okay.
this.
Yo, I hear that it's getting a little rambunctious.
They come in here with weed called
So,
death.
How about we do this, man? Let's set up for the live pro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's cool.
All right.
You down to do that? You gonna do
That's
something live?
That's cool.
That's what's up.
There it is. Wow.
All right, I get it.
Blunts in the
He's
basement.
gonna be where this table is once we move the table.
Yep.
And then you got the two cameras right there. Yeah, I
I
mean,
gotta see myself.
well, you're not.
I know, but I gotta see how this
We
shit
gonna
goes.
be
I got
saying,
my,
you know,
know what I'm saying? I can sit down now.
no, you ain't. You want to sit? You want to
How am I-
sit? I'm sitting down.
That's cool. I can rap.
Okay.
No, I just need to be in the camera. That's all. I just wanted to see you while I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't know what's up. You feel me?
I'm doing that stuff.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So, you got a name for this joint?
Nah, we gonna call it James Brown. Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah, we gonna call it James Brown.
here we go.
Just make sure it's speak up.
Right here, boy, you on live on Blunts in the basement.
Should I be praying that Allah gonna take this pain away? Mama told me get a Mary Jane away, but I can't. Got no limit. I should go and get his tank. My brother say he shot by the shit that I think. No lie, say he shot by the pictures that I paint. Hood pilot, I just put my feelings in it. I wear my heart on my sleeve, ain't no ink on me. Shit on my dogs, know I'm riding till the tank on E and past that. My brother pulled up with Zai, let's match that. You know for flipping product like a fucking flapjack. Got the other side sick, yeah, I'm talking heads, man. Why you flexing with that bitch and I already had that? That's real rap. Time to break the bitch down like Legos. Love the shit I'm kicking book hot. Fuego on a really no, do they exchange high lows for halos on the dog dock? Can anybody tell me where they go? Where they go? Shit, I'm just rolling as the days go. Different days, same shit. You know how the days go. Can't thread my dog up and playing close. Shit, they ain't playing fair. Shit, the trenches that I come from, nigga, you know they ain't playing there with all this bloodshed. Yeah, this shit guerrilla warfare. Never raised in Southern California, but it pour it. Broke shot, so that's why I buy attachment. When this laser beam on the nigga, guaranteed tag them. That's laser tag for all the dweebs in the back. It's up, lost his mom. Dukes was pushing the X. Not, they know how to chase that. My dogs used to laugh like, Boog, you can't rap. So loser ain't know how to take that. So I hit the track till I could run a 4 flat. Shit, life got consequences. The problem with these little niggas ain't no honor in them. Gotta say the politicking for the politicians out the streets, but that glizzy, I'm still polishing it. Should I learn way back? You take a life, well then that's something you can't take back. Let's face facts. Niggas be in too deep without no way back. Men don't lay flat. The streets taught us young to hate red. So how you going stay facts, brother man? How the fuck you going say that? Then you went and lied to my face. Ooh, I hate that. Ooh, I hate that. I hate a lie about same as a nigga hate rats. Showed you my vision and you played that. Now call me Jane Brown, baby. This the big payback. Hey. I said, call me Jane Brown, baby, this the big payback. Showed you my vision and you played that. I said, call me Jane Brown, baby, this the big payback. I said, call me Jane Brown, baby, this the big payback. Showed you my vision and you played that. Call me Jane Brown, baby, this the big payback.
Hey, that's what's up right there, man.
Yeah.
Live here on Blunts in the Basement. It don't get no better, man. You tune in every week, man. That's how we do, man. Book 6100, man.
Fuck with that.
James Buzzdown, man.
Fuck with that.
You know what I'm saying? Big payback.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You heard him say that.
And that's gonna be on the next project, you said.
I don't know. That's just something I did.
Right.
I did
That's
that
something
shit.
for the show.
I did that shit at the beat
That's
back in
great.
the day.
That's that special right
I
there.
beat that shit at
That's
the
great.
dog walk pan man one night.
That's
That's
that special
great.
sauce.
Man, he trying to do that mad talk. You hear that, right?
Hey,
Hey, man, listen, that's what
I
it
ain't
is.
seen
we
it, but
can
I
leave.
heard about it.
We can leave on that note. How I be beating the dog shit out you and man,
Listen here, man. Listen, it's a learning process here, man.
and let them know who I play with. I play with the Jets too.
He be playing you with the Jets.
I play with I play with my team. I know what everybody
Yeah,
good
man.
at, and I know how I do it.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. The boy nice. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
And he nice. You see, we was playing, right? You hear Leak. He wants to spit sports.
Leak don't even want to
He
talk
wants
about
to-
man with me.
For
He
real,
don't want to talk about
That
that shit
real,
with
man.
me.
That shit real,
I hope he watching this shit
Yeah,
because he a
your ass.
fucking bum.
Yeah, what's your ass, nigga?
It's all good.
That nigga a fucking
Yeah,
bum.
you know,
Fuck
you know
the
what I'm saying?
Patriots because I hate them
Might
too.
give him one chance.
Yeah, shout out to Leak, man. Shout out everybody we play online
Yeah,
with,
man. No, that online.
Bones, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's a nice little escape though from what's going
Reese.
How about that?
You know what I mean? My man folks, cool. I mean, give my man folks from DMV.
Cold Blaze,
Cold
AKA
Blaze.
Bruh Man.
Yeah.
AKA, he got a couple AKA.
He got AKA, he's AKA man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
It's my main man, man. He was water, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all want to put out your handles, man?
yes, sir. All right, so we can start with you, Bug.
Yeah.
At 6100 _ Boog BOG.
Hey, it's Pack _ money 215.
And Gang War 215, regular scores. No extra shit. All right.
And of
And
course,
Blunts in the Basement
Blunts in the
on
Basement
IG
on all
and
platforms.
UT, all platforms. And that's Blunts N, the letter N, and DA, the
Yeah.
literate way of spelling the.
And don't
Basement.
forget the National Underground Radio Station, the one and only.
The one and only.
Shout
Worldwide.
out. Shout
All
out.
independent artists, where independent artists get their music played. You actually get your music played here.
And as you see, you get your music performed if you got it in you. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anything? What else? You want to add anything else before we go? Bro?
Shit, I'm coming. That's all.
Mhm.
I'm coming.
What's coming?
right.
Y'all heard it here.
That's right.
And
right.
like I think the biggest thing with every artist is confidence. Like that's the biggest part of like being a musician. Like
About that.
I felt like I could rap for a long time, but I never was confident to tell motherfuckers. Like I know 100,000 motherfuckers, but half them niggas don't know I rap. Like they don't know me for that shit.
How about
I used to hang around niggas they ain't even used to know. I used to be like, man, I don't want nobody to hear nothing from me that's corny. Like now I feel like nigga, I don't make shit corny.
that?
So
About that.
I feel like I'm the hottest thing out. Like that's how I feel personally. Like, and I feel like you got 10 songs, I got 30 for you. So
But I'm gonna tell you something else though too. That's also a Philly thing. That's like a combination. Once you reach a certain level of gratification as a Philly artist, then it's like fuck with her, you the shit.
yeah,
Fuck
like
what everybody else
and,
says.
yeah, and that's
You know what I'm
I
saying?
really like. I think in the last year, like I got there, like that shit just.
And it's funny because you said one of your favorite boys is Emilio Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
And Emilio Sparks is the prime example
Absolutely.
of Philly swag as far as an MC. Like, you know what I mean? His thing was all swag the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
But he tell a story.
Absolutely.
While he doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I fuck with Sparks all day. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and I think that right there is a perfect segue on out, y'all. This is Blunts in the Basement. We'll be out of here. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Dang, I can see that shit to your iPad and all that
Light it up.
Airdrop. I said cloud drop. Let you know how illiterate I ain't. You still got to down here.
Light it up.
It'll be my email.
Yeah,
That's what I use.
That's what it is.
All right, so it's AHNON Brown at Gmail.
Relax, you know you still love me.
It's all good. That's my. I mean, if you need to get at me direct, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Which one? This one? Is it this one?
No. We gotta go with the end stream. You gotta make sure you slide it over the end stream. End stream, not edit.
And then which one? This one?
Yep.
Right here?
Yep.
You gotta hit it again. Shit. I'm about to be his computer literate.